During my New Year's address, I made reference to some of the issues that are priority for this government and will be certainly forming part of the government's action program. As far as the government building is concerned, I said that this government is committed to the realization of the completion of the government building that has been pending for so many years and has been dealt with by different governments for the past years. I can update in the sense that this afternoon I will be meeting with the interim director of the SZV. As you know, we have come to an arrangement with the SZV and the APS. They will purchase the building. Government will lease the building back from them, and they will complete the building. So the discussion this afternoon is aimed primarily as the way forward in terms of getting the building completed and the furnishing taken care of. My personal desire is, of course, for us to, my personal desire is that we target the end of May, June, for the moving in of the government and certain government departments and ministries into the building. On their part, they're saying, well, more realistic for them would be somewhere around July. But at any rate, we hope that before the end of July, that government and the different ministries would be able to move into the building. Next week, not this Sunday, next week Sunday, I will be going to the Netherlands for 1 week. During that week, I will have a brief meeting with the Prime Minister of the Netherlands. I will also be meeting with the Minister of Interior and Kingdom Affairs, and I will be meeting with the Vice Chair of the Council of State. I also will be meeting with the St. Martin House, the cabinet of the Minister Plenipotentiary. I will be visiting there as well. And as is customary, even when members of parliament go to the Netherlands, meetings with the students living in the Netherlands is always arranged. And this time as well, we have arranged such a meeting. One of the things that I hope we will be able to realize as well this year is the possibility, give the possibility to students studying in the Netherlands to be able to participate in the elections. We have a situation where Dutch citizens living in the Dutch Caribbean can vote in some of the elections of the Netherlands. You have to register in St. Martin, let's say, and you vote for elections in the Netherlands. And why I would want to make that special exemption that special effort for the students in the Netherlands, students who travel to the US, for instance, remain registered in St. Martin. And it is customary for those students to come home and vote when there is an election on St. Martin, while students who go to the Netherlands, they are not allowed to remain in the registry in St. Martin. They have to write out and write in the Netherlands. You can't have two addresses in the kingdom at the same time. They are deprived of, let's say, their voting rights. These are young men and women preparing to return home. Many of them, fortunately and thank God, do come back after completing their studies, but they are barred for the 5, 6, sometimes 7 years that they stay in the Netherlands from participating in voting. They do, many of them, come home, whether it's for the Christmas or for the summer holidays, but they cannot participate even if an election is held. While they are here on vacation, they are not allowed to participate in the election.
First of all, I'd like to start with my Happy New Year greetings. I'd like to say to the population of St. Martin that the 2016, after the year we've had behind us, a year of trials, tribulations, but also a year of blessings, that we are blessed to all of us who are still here in 2016 to still have breath and life, and that we are able to go forward and try our best to achieve the goals we have for St. Martin. Each and every one of us has a role to play in this, and I'm hoping that with this government that is in place, that we will be an inspiration to all of you to see that your contributions are also very, very important. Many look to government to solve all issues, but I believe, as I've always said over the years, that it will take a concerted effort from the entire community, and each one of us must be able to see ourselves in that. So firstly, I'd like to give thanks. Thanks for the ability to stand here today. Thanks for the support that I receive from our coalition and our Council of Ministers. Though there are only 2 here today, we continue to meet on a regular basis to discuss and collaborate in the interest of St. Martin. And I thank the people of St. Martin for the opportunity to do so. I would also at this time like to acknowledge that school has restarted on Monday, January 4th. Many students, teachers, etc. went back to school, some still facing some of the challenges they faced in 2015. 2015-16 proves to be a very challenging year, as you know, with the different financial issues that we are facing as a country. We are still very hopeful, however, that during the course of the year, we'll be able to definitely increase the revenues for St. Martin to be able to execute all the programs and projects which we have planned. So I wish all students, teachers, staff, and parents much success for the remainder of this school year. Many of you who have not been giving your 100%, I encourage you to start to do so today, if you haven't started yet on Monday. All the resolutions you have made, I know will make St. Martin definitely a better place. Education is a key to the success of St. Martin, and I do wish everyone involved in the process a very successful year, a very hardworking year, a dedicated year, and that it is done with passion and love for those whom we hope to serve. The Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth and Sports will do everything within its power, and we have been meeting to discuss ways to improve education. We are having, of course, as mentioned in prior press briefings, that several ordinances must come out for us to be able to actually implement some of the and improve some of the educational areas. Some policies need also to be tweaked, and we are really looking into improving and making our education system even more relatable to the work market by looking at improving or including agriculture and marine-related studies in our curriculum. Of course, many wonderful plans that have already been started. I believe some schools have already been faced with some extension of the school day. One of the goals of this government is to also be able to provide even more after-school programs for our children on St. Martin, knowing that we have an economy-based system which keeps parents at the workplace most of the day, and many of our children leaving the schools at 1 and 2 p.m. are left to their own devices, which can, of course, lead to several problems. The Educational Care Center still remains a very important aspect which we hope to realize during this year, and more information on that will be disseminated to the public and the press as they come online. Promotion of sports, culture, and the arts as part of this ministry within education is one of our main focuses as well.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah! Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
That bucket has superpowers. Powers? It makes people suddenly appear. Really?
You appeared.
It makes people suddenly appear.
At the right time.
Festive feast from KFC. The taste that brings everyone together. So good.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas releasing. Island Finance. For education, a renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
I'm feeling funny, man. I feel like I'm getting a pain in my chest.
I got this.
You sure?
Yes. It's 30 breaths and 2 compression. Give her air.
Oh, Monique, look, she waking up.
No, Fernanda. It is not 30 breaths and 2 compressions. It is 30 compressions and 2 breaths. CPR can be done in 3 simple steps. Step 1, check and call. Step 2, press down or pump. Step 3, blow.
I got it now. It's 30 compression and 2 breaths.
Yes.
Right. CAB.
We realized that they are only there for a short period of time, because since 10-10-10, none of the ministers have been there for a period long enough to do anything really substantial. But one of the most important things right now for us is an evaluation of our salary system, because the salary system, the new salary system that was introduced in 2008, was actually to do away with the one that was based on your age, and then you would have been frozen. And we noticed that a number of persons are being frozen, and young persons are being frozen once they reach to 20, so in their specific scale. So, and every school board is coming up with a new rule, or you have to be doing a different function to be able to move over. So what we ambitiously fought for in 2008, which means that you can be promoted on a yearly basis. You would go down in a step, or you would go cross based on evaluation. It is the across is not happening. Once you go down and you reach to step number 20, that's it, it's frozen. So that is one of the most urgent things now, before we frustrate the teachers and we have a repeat of 2008, is one of the most urgent things that we are talking about. And second to that, of course, is the fact to make sure and to ensure that every member or every teacher is a part of the pension fund. And basically that is on the general scale. We as workers, we would like, I wouldn't say do away with 6 months contract, but the flexibilization of the law have to bring some kind of security that once you have one contract, that we need to see more permanent people on the job. This thing, like we would have certain persons have a contract, then they have to stay home 3 months, others even 6 months before they can come back into the same cycle of work. That is not what decent work and a human rights would actually promote in a community. We need to have a flexibilization of the labor law, but to ensure that people have work, decent work, and continuous work. You can also have seasonal work, but that is what we are intending to tackle with our Minister of Labor, that people have, and especially young people, have to be guaranteed work and decent work. So basically, as I might have mentioned to you too, you know that my term too as president of the Teachers Union is going to be up for challenges. We are going to have an election in 2016. Election is a democratic process. I do hope to count on the support of the teachers for the job that I've been doing so that I can also continue with it. But you just hold in consideration though that there will be elections for the president and of course officers of the Windward Islands Teachers Union in 2016.
Some topics also coming up on Sunday. We ended our year 2015 with Thanksgiving for the ending of the hurricane season. We had a church service which was pretty well attended. And I'm at this time calling on the population of St. Martin to come out on Sunday as well. Sunday is a National Day of Prayer, January 10th, and it will be held, commemorated right here at the Clem LaBega Square in front of the government building from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. This is not just something for a select few people. This is for the general public of St. Martin. But seeing the hardships that we have been facing as a country lately, I have had a discussion with the Culture Department, who is the organizer of this, together with the Council of Churches, that we extend an invitation to the police department to join us at this National Day of Prayer. I do believe that they have faced severe challenges over past 2015. They continue to face such internally as well as externally. The rise in crime that we know continues to plague the island. But much is being done in small steps, but I believe we would be able to show the police department the support that it has from this government by having them at the service to receive special blessings. I would encourage the general public to come out and show your support, not just for the police force, but to cover St. Martin in prayer. I do believe that action is necessary, and people will say, what can prayer do? But we are a Christian community. We are a community that believes in God. We believe that what we cannot do as human beings, God will find a way and will provide a way for us. I would like to focus on peace and tranquility, and that this National Day of Prayer, which I must commend government of the past for having established it, for having, we have seen over the centuries that the separation of church and state is something that is more encouraged. But here on St. Martin, our culture prevails, and God remains at the center of the governing of St. Martin. So I would like to reiterate once more the National Day of Prayer. That is for us right now an important, very important event that is upcoming, where the United Council of Churches, together with the Culture Department, has set forth a program which will bless the community, and I believe all in attendance will definitely be blessed by it. So the police force has been officially invited. I did sign off on that letter, so I'm hoping they received it. And if they haven't received the official letter, they will have seen and heard this broadcast and know that they are invited to come out in full force to be blessed by this service as we, St. Martin, support them in their efforts to continue to protect and guard us here on St. Martin.
So what's your idea of holiday happiness? Watching the kids open presents. Cooking in our new kitchen. The look on his face. Add to your holiday happiness with a loan from Scotiabank, and you could win a trip for two to Miami and other great prizes. Visit your Scotiabank branch today and talk to a representative about getting your loan. Contest ends January 15th. Conditions apply. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
One,
2,
3,
4. This is how common it is to develop a mental illness. 1 out of every 4.
4,
4.
4. But there is hope. Today, most mental illnesses can be managed and treated. Visit your general doctor if you feel concerned about your thoughts and behaviors or have some difficulty dealing with some of life's issues.
If you have been diagnosed and are suffering from a mental illness, keep in mind these 4 points to help you manage your mental health.
1. Get regular checkups with your general doctor.
2. Stay on your treatment plan to prevent relapses.
3. Find a strong support group in your family and friends.
And 4. Never be afraid to ask for help and look out for the warning signs of your illness.
Remember, you are not alone. We are as close as one.
2.
3.
4.
Learn about mental health illness by going to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
The idea of the employment program for the young people. Tomorrow I will be meeting with a support team, 2 persons from the central bank. I have discussed this program and this project with the director of the central bank. And this is one of the things I see, 1 or 2 people like frowning where the central bank comes in. The St. Martin government is a shareholder of the central bank. The central bank is one of those institutions that I think we have not made sufficiently use of their potentials and their resources. The central bank has top lawyers, top economists, top whatever basically you can find. And one of the things that I've said, for instance, in the past of the central bank is that it is amazing to see the speed with which they can produce documents in both the English and the Dutch language. The central bank, all their official publications are both in English and in the Dutch language. So I have used in the past as well the expertise of the central bank in advising government free of charge on certain things that government would want to do. In this case also, I've discussed several issues with the director of the central bank, and he has made available persons working in the central bank to support the project in advising on the way forward and in preparing legislation that would be necessary for the establishing of that employment fund and the realization of funding the employment fund. So legislation would need to be adopted or certain procedures need to be put in place. So rather than paying some expensive consultant thousands of dollars to prepare certain things for government, we are using the resources available to us through the central bank in support of the project.